how do you really connect with people? What according to you is, and not to fake it, but you learned how to connect to people during that period in the best possible. What do you think were those elements that really work? Because we often have people saying, I don't know how to go talk to people. I don't know how to have a conversation. And that question comes up a lot. And I think especially comes up people across ages, right? You could be like someone who's like 40 years old and might not be able to hold a conversation. How do you hold a conversation? How do you connect with people?
Oh yeah, so it started like in two different phases for me. One was me thinking only about me. So my conversation used to be about me. And I would have like this, that became like a, hey, hi, I am so-and-so and I do this and blah, blah, blah. Okay, all of that. And then I realized, oh my God, I am the most boring and most insufferable person in the room. And that was also a realization that came to me. And then I started praying to like the gods to give me patience and the art of listening, which I didn't have. I'm still learning that, by the way. It's a process. But I think it becomes a lot easier to converse with people once you stop putting, you know, like once you stop like removing these blocks in your mind. How do I sound? Am I asking the right question?
Yeah.
Am I, you know, just care about the other person. Be curious and interested in the other person. That's a nice shirt. Could be as simple as a conversation starter as, I don't know, like for example, even today when I'm passing through the airport and if I see you know, like the armed of like the security forces who are there, I would always like look at them and say, sir, nice chashma.
Yeah.
Or like, ooh, ye muchi aapka real mein hai? Like I'll ask them this. So make it about them.
Yeah.
So the minute I think you make the opposite person comfortable in the conversation, you're giving them that room to give you something back. And communication isn't one way, it's two ways. So if you are concerned about, you know, starting it, allow the other person to start it. But just throw in a question. Like, it's like throwing some balls in the air. One of the balls will like, you know, catch, right? And whoever catches the ball starts the conversation. And there is a lot of pressure, I feel, about doing something that you're not. So if it's not coming to you authentically, then don't try to be that person.
Do you think it also helps you be more confident? Because you're taking away the pressure of, oh my God, I got to like prove myself and talk about me. Tell me about you is like low pressure, not on you anymore.
Yeah, like, but I've also heard like some people like, so what do you do? Which is like,
oh no,
one of the worst
now I have a term for it.
questions.
As my daughter calls it, I do chatter.
Chatter, yeah.
That's
I do buck. No, but I'm just saying that this what do you do and what next syndrome needs to leave our culture. It's, I think, one of the most annoying questions that you think you can start a conversation with. I think you put the person on, oh my God, I have an existential crisis. What am I doing with my life?
I don't know.
Yeah. Like, oh, no, I can't get through that kind of a conversation. But I feel like if your question is genuine, then people will, if it's in that moment, then it just plays out. It'll have a life of its own. It's like starting small on a bonfire and then putting like bigger pieces of firewood and then seeing this flame grow. And I think a communication should feel like that. You know, you don't start with like, oh my God. So this is like great, right? So I was in Helsinki just now. And my friend and colleague, Laura, was telling me that a sauna is the only place where people actually let their guards down and have a conversation. And in Finland, they don't have small talk. They cannot. So the first question would be, so how is the relationship with your mom?
In the sauna.
In a sauna. And it is very normal to have a conversation like that. And when she had set this as a premise for me, and we went down to eat a burger and she asked me, so what's happening? I actually didn't feel out of place answering questions about my family, about my work. They do not tiptoe around things. And I think in order to be a great communicator, you actually need to have the space to be a good listener, because you don't know what's coming out of that
Correct.
conversation.
For more insights like this, make sure you check out the full episode.